Why is there a click track?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Maddie. Thank you guys for coming back and checking out another video here. I decided to go over my pedal board, which I use in the band Sargasm. Play guitar and sing backing vocals for them. I've been working on some solo material, but that's not ready yet. I've been writing it. I just need to lay down everything and get an EP done. I have enough material for it. But for now, I'm focused on Sargasm. This is the pedal board I use. I've been using a similar layout since I started kind of building my pedal board, but we'll talk more about how I have everything set up and what pedals I'm using and what I'm using them for. Stay tuned, it's gonna be cool. Alright guys, so this is my pedal board. Now, it is, if I recall correctly, it's a pedal head model from a company called NYC Pedalboards. You can see how old this pedal board is. I've had it for a long time. It's sustained a lot of road wear, but overall it's still solid. It still works, so it's really awesome. Let's start with the chain from beginning to end, I suppose. That probably makes the most sense. We have a Go-Go tuner. This was their original run of orange pedals, and I somehow got them to send me this one when I reached out to their artist relations people, and they just kind of sent it to me, and I've had it ever since. This screen the plastic's taped on right now because it kind of, I guess the glue wore down. The LED on this is insane. I can see it in daylight, so anytime I'm playing like an outdoor show, this thing is awesome. I'm probably gonna get a new one soon because this one's obviously seen better days, but this has been great. I have a Vox wah. This was modified to have an LED light, but recently the bulb fell out. You can still see light shooting out of this when I'm playing, when it's engaged, but I bought it to replace a Crybaby, and it had the LED feature, which I thought was awesome, and I think it was upgraded to True Bypass, or it already was, I don't really remember, but I think I only paid like 40 bucks for this, and it's been really good ever since. I might get a new wah as well. I've been kind of looking at different pedals in general just to see what's out there. This is my baby, my Boss OC2 octave pedal. This thing's a tank, and it's the old analog circuitry, not the OC3 obviously, which has digital circuitry and drive built into it, but this is just a simple monophonic octave pedal. Analog circuitry, vintage Boss. I love this thing. It's awesome. And again, I might have overpaid for this, but I wanted it really badly, and I got one, and I love it. I bought this when my old band became a three-piece. It was to kind of beef up any solos or anything, and it worked out perfectly. On to the one that probably gets the most attention. This is an Electro-Harmonix Micro Synth big box reissue. I think it's from the 90s. If I'm not mistaken. It's not an old vintage one, it's just a reissue of it. So this is essentially an analog synth for your guitar. Obviously you can see here there's faders for all this different stuff. And I get some really weird sounds out of it, but I mostly just use it for a ramp up or ramp down synth effect. Right now this is set up as a ramp down, so the frequency will start here. It'll kind of like bubble into that frequency and then go meow. And if I do this, it goes bang, 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 bang. It's pretty sweet. You can you can change the rate with this, and it can speed up or slow down how fast it ramps up or down. So that's what I use it for. I think I only use it on one song with Sargasm right now, but I kind of want to mess around with this and see what kind of weird tones I can get out of this thing, because there's demos I watch on YouTube that show like a lot of different things you could do with this, and I just haven't had the time to sit down and mess with it yet, but I'm really wanting to now. This was the most recent addition. It's a carbon copy deluxe by MXR. I used to have the single carbon copy, which I loved, and then I actually bought another delay pedal with a tap tempo that I wasn't the biggest fan of for live use. So this is a great tap tempo analog delay for live use. I highly recommend it. This modulation is crazy responsive. You can actually control the width and the speed of the modulation with this. There's a bright switch, so you can actually get the MXR carbon copy bright circuitry as well. The only thing with this pedal and I think there's a dip switch that controls the output level, but the mix has to be pretty high to get an effective delay. But I have this plugged into the front of my amp, so it's not really meant to be subtle. It's meant to be really up front and out there. So this is really cool. This is basically the line to the front of my amp. Everything in the front goes directly to the amp. This is actually hooked up to this boost, which goes to the amp, I should say. So you have Go-Go Tuner, Vox Wah, Boss OC2, Electro Harmonics Microsynth, Carbon Copy Deluxe goes into this Electro Harmonics LPB1 boost pedal, and that goes to the amp. And this is intended to basically push the signal of the effects to the amp, because I noticed without a boost pedal, some of this stuff sounded a little weak. So this is really just to help drive the amp as well. This is always on. I don't think I ever shut this off. Now, these three pedals go to my effects loop. And this is another recent addition, the Deadbeat Sounds Wet Dreams chorus pedal, which replaced my Electro Harmonics small clone. It's just a different chorus pedal. I wanted to kind of experiment, and their stuff's very affordable. It's built really well. Well, obviously, the Electro Harmonics small clone has a single knob. This has a level of speed and a depth knob, so it gives you a lot more control over the type of chorus that you end up producing. So this is a really neat pedal. I really just bought it to try something new, and Deadbeat's coming out with a lot of cool stuff, so keep an eye on them. They're a relatively new company, so go check them out. Right here is another older Boss pedal, is the BF2 flanger. This is great, and some people will say that flanger is more of just an 80s effect, but I found a lot of use for this. On a lot of clean stuff, I'll use it just to kind of fill it out. Solos, again, it's really good for soloing. I have another Electro Harmonics pedal that I don't really use too often. It's the Pulsar Tremolo. I honestly don't really use this. It goes in the loop just to kind of... I messed around with it probably more in between songs, but I kind of want to find more use for it. If I can't, I might end up replacing it with something else, a different effect. This is still a great pedal. It's just, for what I'm doing right now, I don't know when I can use this. So I gotta find a way to incorporate this more. I really like it. So that's my pedal board. The whole thing's powered by a Voodoo Labs Pedal Power 2 Plus down here. And it's really well hidden under this this little level, which is Velcroed on. So this is actually pretty sweet. You can actually remove this pretty easily. That is my board. Thank you guys so much for checking it out with me. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, but like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and check out the companies I've mentioned. They're all really great. Most of these cables are lava cable, the Pedalboard kit. I think there's a few here that I had to kind of just pop in because the lava cables, I didn't have time to replace them. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and check out these companies.